Okay, hi everyone. Thanks for watching. In the last video, I talked about why I built my own trading automation system. In this video, I want to go one level deeper and talk about something that comes before automation. Before you automate anything, you need to understand what problem you're actually trying to solve, because a lot of traders think the main problem is finding a better signal, uh, or better setup, or what is the best indicator. But in reality, even good trading ideas can still fail. And the reason is that there is often a gap between signal and execution, and that gap is where fear, greed, hesitation show up. So, this video is really about that gap and why understanding it matters before you even start thinking about coding or infrastructure. So one of the biggest myths in trading is that a better signal automatically leads to a better result. But a good idea still has to survive the execution layer. Signal quality matters, of course, but it's only one of the part of the outcome. The other two parts are the execution consistency and the risk discipline. If one of those breaks, the outcome breaks. So even if the setup is decent, right, poor execution or weak risk control can still destroy the result. So that's why I think a lot of traders focus too much on prediction and not enough on process. That's what I talked about in my last video. So the gap between the signal and execution, this is really the central model of the whole video. A signal appears, let's say a signal appears, and then there is execution, right? So well, a signal appears. Actually, there is a decision, and then there is execution. And the dangerous part is the decision layer, because that's where human filter sits. The signal itself may be valid, right? You may want to go long here, but then you think, okay, I'm not gonna, I'm gonna wait, for example, right? But between seeing the setup and actually acting on it, emotion gets involved. Fear, greed, hope, hesitation, and that is the gap. And once that gap gets emotional, the original quality of the trading idea starts to break down. So, what happens inside the gap? This is what the gap looks like in practice. Hesitation sounds like, should I wait a little longer? Fear causes you to skip valid trades, even though you see a setup, but you fear from market change, for example, right? Greed makes you hold beyond the original plan. Hope makes you wait for comeback instead of respecting the exit. And ego makes you override the system because you think you know better in the moment, right? And that's why I say the chart can be right, and the trader can still break the outcome. The problem is not always the setup. The problem is often what happens after the setup appears, right? So I think uh, this is what matter most. This is where some, like, the same signal can lead to very different outcomes. One person enters on time, another enters late and chases the move. One person respects the stop, another moves the stop because they don't want to take losses. So someone can hold too long, but someone can exit. So a signal may be identical, but the result changes depending on execution behavior, right? And Why manual execution is hard, and this is, I mean, I think this is very fair that the execution, I mean, honestly, manual execution, it is hard because your money is involved. There is money at risk. The market is moving. There is noise everywhere, and the feedback is immediate. So under these conditions, saying I'll just follow the plan is often not enough, right? The difficulty is not that trader doesn't know the plan. The difficulty is following the plan while exposed to pressure in real time. So what automation actually fixes, it actually does not fix the market, of course. What it fixes is the execution layer, right? In manual execution, the path often becomes signal, emotion, maybe action, and that leads to a variable timing, rule overrides, and inconsistent exit. Sorry. But in engineered execution, the path becomes signal, rules, action. That means predefined logic where you have it on either Python or PyScript. You see more consistent response because of those predefined logic and risk rules that are actually enforced. So for me, automation is not mainly about speed. Of course, it's about self-inflicted damage, reducing that one actually. And what is automation cannot fix is that automation can make a bad system fail faster, I think. uh, the strategy is weak. Automation cannot save it. If the data is bad, that bad inputs still produce bad outputs, like garbage in, garbage out, right? If the risk management is poor, leverage can still destroy you. That happens to me a lot of time, especially in options and future trading. And if the back test is overfitted, right, the automation will just execute an unrealistic system more efficiently. So the automation doesn't do a magic. That's the whole point I'm trying to tell you. It does not fix a bad edge. It does not fix bad risk or bad assumption. You need to do your optimization. You need to do your own back testing. And I've done that, and I will walk you through those steps, of course. Once you're confident with your setup, then move to automation, right? So if automation is going to be useful, it has to be designed, of course, around risk. That means predefined entry and exit logic. It means position check, like the position state checks. It means end of day flatten rules. if if it's a day trade, it must exit at 4 p.m., for example, or 3:30. uh, then it means, like, automation means logging and monitoring. You can duplicate alert protection, right? It means having a manual kill switch, right? So the goal is not to remove the risk completely. The goal is to make risk rules executable, right? So, and that's very, very important to know. And I think the big takeaway from this video is that the next level is not just finding a better signal, it's engineering the execution layer. Again, good trading ideas fail when process between idea and action is weak. And that was one of the most important lessons that pushed me toward automation. And that's why I this is the second video that I'm talking about kind of the same topic. Just wanted to focus how important it is. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in next one.